Hello, welcome to the Church in Action. I am Lavon Seletawo. The importance of the child cannot be overemphasized. Last week we were discussing the child and the nation. And this week again, on our Catholic perspective, we're going to take a continuation of the child and the nation. And to do that is Mrs. Mary Angela Momoh and Emeka Obieki.
Hello again and welcome. We are glad to have you on this segment of our program, The Catholic Perspective. Today, we are continuing our discussion on how fairly the nation have treated the child or our children. The question became apt and became a major discourse in the front burner because the cases of thuggery, the cases of prostitution, terrorism, dropout, armed robbery, name it. All the social vices are all over the places. And everybody is trying to run towards a safety direction. But can we really be safe when all these vices are all around us? What can we do to get better? Today, we still have on our guest seat Mrs. Momoh Mary Angela, the initiator and president of Society for Abused Minors and HIV/AIDS, Orphans, and Vulnerable Children. Mrs. Momoh is a mother, is an educationist, and a child's right activist. Madam, you're welcome to our program once again.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for honoring our invitation the second time.
Thanks so much.
Good.
Hello, viewers.
Good. Well, the last time we were here, we were talking about how the parents have responded to this menace of child marriage. Have they responded to it positively to the extent that we can say that it is not their fault? And it was at that point that we cliffhanged. And today we're going further to look at how government have been able to tackle this menace. What has been the response of government towards that? Looking at the government policies that have been put in place, are these policies addressing this issue? Madam, over to you.
Thank you very much. And back to my question, I would say that government is not doing much looking at the child and the nation. A child is born into a nation, and the child is the responsibility of the family. The family, as an agent of socialization, is also supposed to have the support of government. Now, government is supposed to look at building of schools, so that we talk about education for the child. And if we have to look at the Millennium Development Goals, we're talking about the well-being of the child, the child's health, we're talking about the child's education, we're talking about reduction of infant mortality, mortality of women, especially during birth. All of these are arranged and beautifully put together with very big agencies to oversee them. For all I care, just go about speaking a lot of grammar and making a lot of show-off on television, and they come up with a lot of signposts and all of those. The woman in the market does not understand all of this you're saying. The woman in the village does not understand all of this you're saying. What she wants to see is that her child has a good school to attend, is that her child that she has a good hospital to attend, that there are things put in place where she can access easy and soft loan to continue with her business, and that government is ready to run to their aids when there are open cases of disasters, like the flood that took place recently. I know that there are communities that up till now don't have the relief packages that were sent to them. some communities have not been able to collect what is supposed to be their entitlement. That is even a child's play. Because looking at flooding, by the time the water receded, a lot of health hazards were there. A lot of them lost their farms. A lot of them lost their property. And you come with a relief package of maybe 20,000 naira per person. Is that meant for them to take to an eatery, or it is to help solve the problem of getting back their farms, or getting back the restoring health, or getting back their children's school materials that were lost to the flood? And then we get back to health. What have they done for a mother who is going in to have children in a health center to be able to access health facilities that will take care of the complications she might have from childbirth? What still, especially now that we are talking about children getting married, the hazards you face as a child when you go for delivery is not to be quantified. In short, there are some researches that have been carried out, and it's obvious that the danger, the hazard a child mother faces is like 90% to 95% what a mother of that is of age would face. So if out of a delivery of 10, that is children, what I call them child mothers, I call them anyway, because a baby giving birth to a baby. A 12-year-old child who gives birth to a child is a baby giving birth to a baby. So in this age bracket, if 10 of them go to deliver, about 9 of them die. And I know that the word is go ye and multiply, not go ye and decrease. So if you are giving birth to a child and you are dying in the process of giving birth to that child, to another child, I don't think you are increasing, you are decreasing. So most of them don't even have the kind of facilities that can be put in place to help this kind of complicated child delivery. Then look at the ones that are supposed to alleviate poverty. What has been put in place for the woman, the man, the boy, the girl in the village to access job opportunities? Our politicians come out to tell you about vote for me, I will give you roads. I don't know how many of them has ever said, vote for me, I'm going to create so number of job opportunities. Our students get into universities, JAMB, the rigors of JAMB, post-JAMB, and then elimination, and the exams and records, they look at their WAEC, and eventually they get in. But it is like garbage in and garbage out. They graduate from university. Thank God for the NYSC scheme. Some of them after NYSC never smell a job until they either die of suicide or from crime or from some idle kind of activity. Where are the job opportunities? Where are the skill acquisition programs put in place to alleviate poverty? Because you give them fish and you don't teach them how to fish, you're not solving any problem. If you teach them what to do to earn a living and give them soft loans to be able to care for themselves and carry out these programs and sustain the skills they have acquired, that is in situations whereby you even teach them any skill at all, or you help them to acquire skills at all. You do not bother to put machinery in place for them to get soft loans. Once in a while, you hear about a microfinance arrangement, and then all the television cameras and everybody will come and take, record and present to different viewers on that. After that day, nothing happens again. And even if something happens, it is just within a short while, and that fizzles out. So I am asking, all the money that has been put into the MDG program, Millennium Development Program, where is the money? And what are they doing with it? Who is benefiting from it? Are we just using them to do seminars and go abroad and come back? At the end of the day, the man on the street does not benefit from it. Is it not time for Nigerians to begin to benefit from things that are theirs? These funds that have been kept there, at the end of the fiscal year, they roll it back again and start afresh. A lot of documentation, a lot of papers are rolled around. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get down to the physical contact with the woman in the market, the man on the street, the child in school. Let them start benefiting from these things. These are issues we'll be looking at, issues of health, education, and other issues that will benefit the man on the street that votes for them under the sun and under the rain. Instead of talking about children getting into marriage, like I keep saying, that children have no business with marriage because it is not a kid's glove. It's not something that babies should talk about. Even at my age, I still have challenges at times that I will begin to run around and look at my priest or my counselor or somebody to help me sort out. Is that what a child that should be in an amusement park will handle? Is that what a child that should be jumping on a swing should handle? Or a child that should be dancing or doing his assignment or looking out for extramural lessons to improve himself on educational matters? Is that what the child should handle? We should rather look inward and sort out the problems of our country, problems of terrorism or of violence, abuse of substance, problems of juvenile delinquency, youth restiveness. Those are very burning issues that we should look at.
Well, thank you very much. But in this case now, we'll just talk about the government. And I know that religious bodies, churches and all the rest, still have a role to play in this. Because a lot of people go to church and a lot of people believe what their pastors say. And under that environment, a lot of teachings are done and people listen to that. Do you think that the religious bodies are doing enough in order to ensure that this issue of child marriage is handled properly?
I would, in talking about my Catholic faith, I would say the church, even by virtue of what it takes to go through a marriage course and what it takes to eventually get married, has put everything in place. Because the parish priest wants to know how old you are. The parish priest already has arranged, the church has arranged a marriage course for you. And because of that marriage course, life issues are attended to. But talking about other churches, I cannot really say. But I know that any thorough religious leader should know the implication of marriage. Because back again to the Catholic faith, divorce is not an option. That is to say, once you get in, you get in. So they do their best to make sure that as you are getting in with every preparation as much as they can give you, or they cannot give it all. So you get in and know what you're getting in for. So I would advise that for churches who are being lousy about handling marriage issues, they should do an intensive program and be sure that their converts are getting in, they know the business they are going in for, and that when they get into marriage, they sit there. Because it is not a game of hop in and hop out. But there are cases for annulment. That is cases where you have consanguinity, that people who are related blood-wise, or cases of forced marriage, as we are looking at it now, and so many others. That will be left for canon lawyers to handle. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Momoh, for addressing this issue as far as you've done this morning. I think our viewers are glad to listen to you.
Welcome.
I'm glad too. And the viewer, if you are just joining us, we've been talking about how fairly the society, the nation have treated the child. When we look at the soaring issues of prostitution, thuggery, terrorism, dropouts, and all sorts of vices in the society, that question now became apt for us to answer and look at critically. Thank you, Mrs. Momoh, for being our guest.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity too.
Good. Well, viewer, I hope you will still be there because the rest of the segments on this program are still underway. Thank you for being there.
Thank you.
That was the concluding part of The Child and the Nation with Mrs. Mary Angela Momoh and Emeka Obieki. During the week, the First Lady of Belize, Mrs. Kim Simply Barrow, visited Nigeria, and alongside with her South African counterpart, Mrs. Zuma, wife of the President of South Africa. Watch and see what took place.
It was an atmosphere of celebration and expression of love as the First Lady of Belize, Her Excellency Mrs. Kim Simply Barrow, and the First Lady of South Africa, Mrs. Zuma graced the Women Empowerment Rally organized by the First Lady of Nigeria, Her Excellency, Dame Patience Jonathan, at the Eagle Square on Thursday, the 15th of August 2013. Mrs. Kim, the First Lady of Belize, and Mrs. Zuma, the First Lady of South Africa, also used the occasion to pay a courtesy visit to the Esema of Benin, Chief Igbinedion, in his royal palace in Maitama, Abuja. They were received by our own Lavon Seletao. The train of events boarded by Mrs. Kim later moved to the Sheraton Hotel, Abuja, where a fundraising dinner was held by the Nigeria Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture and the Belize Embassy for the less privileged at the Inspiration Center. Friends and well-wishers were in attendance. Mrs. Kimbaro, in her words, emphasized on the importance of the Inspiration Center.
As my country's Special Envoy for Women and Children and the Global Ambassador for Special Olympics, I am committed to children with disabilities and special needs. But I can assure you that their cause has been close to my heart long before I received those titles. The fact is that children are among the most vulnerable populations, even more so in poor families. Can you imagine then what it must be like for children who not only live in poverty, but also have a disability with limited services and recreational activities available to them? This center is committed to bridging the gaps in resources and services available to persons with disabilities in Belize, ensuring the rights of children and youth with disabilities, enabling their full participation in society, and removing barriers through advocacy and education.
Her Excellency, Dame Patience Jonathan, represented by the Special Advisor to the President in the Office of the First Lady, Dr. Grace Correa, appreciated the initiative of the First Lady of Belize.
I am also highly pleased to find the First Lady friend who shares the same passion with me in caring for children, women, and the less privileged in society. I must say that your visit provides a golden opportunity for us to explore possible areas of collaboration in the task of putting smiles on the faces of these innocent but disadvantaged people. In the words of Frederick Douglass, it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men.
The chief host of the occasion, Mr. Laboran Makul, the Honorable Minister of Information, called on all to give a helping hand to the needy.
I believe the quality of society is assessed by how we care for the less privileged. How do you look after the last person, the one that needs a shoulder to lean on? Mother Teresa of Calcutta lived all her life looking after those that are underprivileged.
Also in support of the cause of the First Lady of Belize, Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Olejime, the special guest of honor and also chairman, National Social Insurance Trust Fund, gave her word of encouragement.
When you educate a woman or a girl child, you've educated a nation. And when you have educated a nation, you have educated a generation. So we thank you for what you're doing. We say we'll partner with you to see that this vision you have does not die.
Alhaji Suleiman Abubakar, the president of the Nigerian Belize Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, and the Belize ambassador to Nigeria, Dr. Ifeanyi Chukwu Ifedi, had this to say.
Our organization intended to promote good relationships, business interests between Nigeria and Belize. We are here for the fundraising dinner in aid of the Inspiration Center of Belize.
The Inspiration Center is a pet project of the spouse of the Prime Minister of Belize, Excellency Kim Simpkins Barrow. She feels that it's her calling to assist the poorest of the poor in Belize. The center is going to be located in Belize City, but it's going to reach out to everybody in the country, and even the adjoining state, countries, Guatemala and Mexico, yes, and some part of Honduras will benefit. And also those who are coming to the country, if they're indigent, they won't be excluded at all.
From the Catholic Television Studios, here comes another soul-inspiring program, The Church in Action. Know more about the teachings of the Church.
Each stage has its own demands, and we look out for those demands.
Know what's happening and where. Know what to do when you must take a decision.
You can monitor the child's temperature by merely touching the child's body with your hand.
The Church in Action. The way, the truth, and the life. Every Saturday, 7:30 a.m. on Africa Independent Television, AIT.
And now, on our What to Do segment, just sit back and learn a thing or two.
Hello, viewers. My name is Brother Peter Chima Opera. I am the MD Covenant Security Limited, a security outfit here in Abuja. I'm here once again to give you a tips on car theft prevention. Please ensure that your car is properly locked at all times. Don't be in a hurry and never leave your car unlocked. Lock the doors, ensure that the doors are properly locked and the windows are properly wound up before you leave your car. Do not leave your engine running with the ignition on, unattended to, or unlocked. Maybe you are in a hurry, you want to go and pick something in the office, you want to go and pick something in your house, or you want to attend to a friend, or you want to ease yourself. You don't leave your engine running with the ignition. You could be risking your car. Do not leave the spare key of your car very close to your car. It's very, very important. And the documents of your car should be in a safe place. Even the photocopies should be in your bag, not in your car. Ensure you install an audible alarm system. It could help to deter thieves from stealing your car. And do not park your car in a dark place. Ensure you park your car in a lit place where there is security, or in a busy place. That can prevent or stop people from stealing your car. And do not leave valuables inside your car. Valuables like your laptop, your handset, your wallet, or even cash on top of your seat. You could be inviting thieves. Make sure you get a good artist to reprint your car number on the windscreen, back and front, on the side mirrors, or even on the headlamps. It could go a long way to prevent thieves from stealing your car. If they do so, it will be almost impossible for them to sell it. Do not hire and fire drivers at will. You get driver today, tomorrow you terminate the appointment. Or picking mechanic very close to your place of residence at random. Get a good service station, if possible, a little bit far from the place where you're living. it could go a long way to protect the security of your car. And assuming your car, you find that your car is missing, please ensure that you get to the nearest police post, police station, to give them information about your car, and not crying home. To go crying home to your wife or to your loved ones first. No, go to the police station and report the matter. And if need be, get a car tracker. Get a car tracker. Very important. God bless you. Till we come your way next time.
Thank you for being part of us in the Church in Action. If you're a Catholic, you're watching us and you want to be part of this program through sponsorship, please do contact us on our telephone numbers that appears on your screen. Or if you've been watching this program and you want to be part of us, do also contact us. I am Lafon Seletaro. I'll see you again same time, same station. God bless you.